Yeah. Could you maybe give, anybody that isn't as familiar a little bit of your background and, just where, in military and then getting into real estate and content? Because I do want to dive into kind of when you got started online and, it sounds like that was a lot of it was the Facebook group and then it grew into other things. But can you give people a little bit of background on yourself?
Yeah, man. Born in California, grew up in Little Rock, Arkansas. 2007, I guess that would be like junior to senior year in high school, and I'm like, dude, I don't have money for school. I don't know what I want to study, and I want to leave Arkansas. And the military looked great. My parents wouldn't sign the papers for me to join at 17, so on my 18th birthday, I drove my happy ass to the recruiting station, enlisted, and I came back and was like, hey, I'm going to boot camp in 5 months. And they were like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, sorry, bye. Greatest decision I think I ever made. Maybe not. I got a son now. I should probably start saying that Jack was the best decision I ever made. But I think people inherently know that that's, but I don't know if that's really a decision anyway. But it just kind of happens. But anyway, that's a whole nother rabbit trail. That this is probably not that type of podcast about how babies work. So,
one of the greatest decisions. It's kind of like that, figure speech or
Yeah. I mean, it was phenomenal for me because I was just this like homeschooled kind of. I mean, I wasn't shy, but I'd like tried to overcompensate for being homeschooled by building an ego, and then I was like cocky and no direction, no discipline, whatever. And so like the whole Marine Corps thing, like, I mean, it really fixed a whole lot of internal stuff and made me a whole different person. I had some adventures, traveled the world. I mean, I saw 13 countries in the first 4 years in the deployment, and it was a blast. And then, so that was 2008 that I went to boot camp. By 2015, I'd realized like, hey, I still have no money. Like I've done all the typical Marine Corps things. So I blew all my money on women, tattoos, booze, a little bit of travel, I guess. And then guns, cars, truck, Harley, all the things. Not that I regret any of that. It was a good time. But I got to this point where I'm like, wow, I'm working a ton of hours as a recruiter. Like recruiting duty is rough. And I don't know if I want to keep doing this, but I don't really want, if I tap out of the Marine Corps, I don't want to go take another W-2. So like, how do I replace that income? And so someone tried to sell me on Amway and, the multi-level marketing, whatever. And I was like, in fact, I'm not going to name him because you might actually, well, I don't know if you know him, but he, from my understanding, he's now in jail for, I went to thank him for like changing my life and found out he apparently like is a pedophile. So, good stuff.
Can't get in contact.
I don't know if I really want to thank you now, but, who knows? But I've never seen him again, but he tried to give me an Amway and then he gave me the Rich Dad Poor Dad book. And I was like, dude, I don't read. And he's like, here it is on a CD. Drive around while you're headed to high schools and listen to it. And I kid you not, like it was less than 4 months from when he handed me that CD to when I bought that duplex. And so that just completely changed, the trajectory of my life. And then things kind of went from there.
Right. Just building up after that. Yeah. And that was not, I mean, that was out of Hawaii. Was that first duplex?
No, actually, that was FHA loan here in Springfield. Unfortunately, I never bought in Hawaii. That I tried, but when I moved there, the VA loan had a cap of like $725, and the side of the island I was on, the minimum you were going to find a house was $850, and I didn't have $100 or $25,000 or $30,000 to put down on a house, and wife was pregnant, so she wasn't cool with me doing a 45-minute commute to buy on the other side of the island, and it was just, I think we made 5, maybe 6 offers on places, and we got outbid on every single one of them in cash. And I'm like, all right, well, and now I look back and I'm like, dude, like I tried to buy those things and I was like, oh, but it's 820 and I only can go 725. I'd have to come up with 25,000, like blah, blah, blah. It just didn't work out. I remember this was like my first like era. So I didn't have any capital yet for any private lenders or any of that stuff. Come to find out, right, that anyone who knows Hawaii, that was Kailua, like the Marine Corps base Hawaii on the east side, the windward side. And you aren't buying one of those houses for under 1.5 right now. And I mean, these are like shacks, so it's like I mean, minimum, I would have been up 30% on that.